Hello, my loves. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name's Alexandra, and this little kitty is MooMoo. And today I'll be taking you through a nice, relaxing Hatha flow. As always, my loves, if there's ever anything that's feeling uncomfortable for your body, please don't do it. Take an easier option, always listening into how you feel. Some days when we come onto the mat, we might be feeling like we can hit even harder poses than what we're used to. And some days we might be feeling tired or might not be able to do things that we usually can. So just always coming onto the mat, being present with how you feel in that moment, not what you're expecting to be or what I'm demonstrating. Always just going within your limits. So for now, to get started, we're going to come onto our mats. We can sit upright or feeling free to head onto your backs if that's more comfortable. We're going to close down the eyes. We're going to just start by some simple breaths. So wherever you found yourself today, just soften the shoulders down away from the ears a little bit further. Relax down through the muscles of the face. The eyelids lightly close. The jaw relaxes. Allowing the tongue to just become restful, not pressing up to the roof of your mouth. Starting to make our breaths in a little bit slower, a little bit more intentional with that breath. The exhale becoming a little bit longer, softer. Breathing in deeply, relax through the shoulders. As you exhale, see if the shoulders can creep away from the ears just a little bit more. Inhaling long, exhaling long. And just slowly getting in touch with your breath. Noticing the sound that it makes. Noticing the temperature of your breath. Does it feel a little warmer as you exhale out through the mouth? Does it feel a little cooler as you draw that inhale through the nose? And then allowing that breath to just become rhythmical and natural. Start to notice your hands and your feet. Just make sure they're nice and relaxed, not clenching through fists or turning under through the toes. Just nice and soft through the hands. If you feel more comfortable, you can bring the hands to the belly, feeling that breath. And then from here, we're going to get started with the abdominals starting to engage a bit more. So as we inhale, we're going to try and create this nice big Buddha belly, expanding through the belly as we breathe in. On the exhale, we're going to pull in through that belly button, squeezing all the air out through the belly. Repeating again, my loves, inhaling, filling up the belly. Exhale, squeeze the belly button in, pressing out all of that air out through the mouth. Inhaling long. Exhaling long. Keeping the eyelids closed or eyes open, whatever feels more comfortable for you. And then if you have started your practice laying down today, I mean, that's completely okay. But just slowly coming up into a comfortable seat now for anyone that may have taken that option. And then nice and slowly here, we're going to start with some very gentle neck rolls. So we're going to take an inhale, sitting up nice and tall. On the exhale, we're going to drop that chin down to chest. Arms can be wherever's comfortable for you. From here, we're going to start with just a half head roll. So we're going to inhale, scooping the head up to one side, just a little half circle. On the exhale, we're going to drop through the center, rolling to the other side. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lowering through the center. Inhale, lifting up. So just becoming aware of your neck today, how comfortable this feels. If this is your limit, I want you to stay with these little half circles. If you're feeling up to it now, when we reach the top, we're going to create a whole circle. Just taking your time, exhale through the center. Inhale, rolling up. Take your time. Rolling through the circles. Then do one more in this direction, my loves. Take your time. And then gently reverse that direction, taking it the other way. Make sure your hands are comfortable. Arms are relaxed. Breathing here, inhale to come up. Exhale, releasing down. Last roll. Bringing the chin back down to center. Flexing down through those arms. And then slowly we're going to inhale, bring the head up, and we're going to bring the hands to heart center. Allow those shoulders to drop down and away from the ears. Relax down through the shoulders. Make sure your legs are comfortable. If they're not happy crossed, you can send them out long as well, whatever feels best for you. From here we inhale, send the arms up nice and high, looking up for me. On the exhale, bring one hand down to the knee and we take a gentle twist. Just starting to warm up through the body. We're going to move through all of the planes of motion of the spine, twisting, flexing, extending. Thinking of the neck here as an extension of the spine. So I'm not just leaving my head here and twisting the spine. I'm going to gently rotate through my neck as well. Just twisting through the vertebrae in the spine. We're going to take a nice deep breath in, pushing a little bit deeper here. Exhale, come back to center, draw your hands to heart and just bow the head forwards. Holding here for me, releasing up any tension. And then inhaling, reaching up, looking up. Exhale, twisting to the other side. Looking behind you, nice and soft. MooMoo's decided to take a little nap in the corner. Clearly a very relaxing atmosphere. Still trying to breathe deeply into the belly here. Making everything nice and soft. And take another inhale. Exhale, drawing it back to center, hands to heart, bow the head. This time we're going to inhale, reach up, look up. And on the exhale, we're going to laterally flex. So just gently stretching over to the side. So you can stay here today, my loves, or maybe you walk the hands a little bit further up. If that's still feeling quite comfortable and easy, then we'll drop onto the elbow. So just make sure this arm hasn't blocked your face. Make sure it's still open up to the sky. Option here, you can look up for me, you can look out, or you can look down. So we're all strong in different places. If your neck isn't feeling happy, please just adjust. Breathing here into the belly, nice and soft. From here, this top arm is going to move as long as this feels comfortable for your shoulders. We're going to inhale to reach up, look up. We're going to exhale, bring the hand down, sweeping underneath that little hole that we've created. And then inhale, opening up, looking up. Exhale, bring the hand down, looking down. Last one, inhale, looking up, reaching up. Exhale, gently floating down. From here, the arm is going to come back up and over to our original position. We're going to push off that bottom hand. Inhale, coming all the way up, stretch both arms up, looking up. Exhale, give the arms a break, hands to heart center. You can bow the head here again and just relax. Find a little movement that feels good for you. And then we're going to move to the other side. Inhale, looking up, stretching up. Exhale, slowly coming to the opposite side now. Same rules apply. Maybe we're here, maybe walking a bit further forwards, maybe dropping onto the elbow. Just finding what feels good. Make sure you're not blocking your face. Just breathing into the stretch here, depending on where's tight. You might be feeling it in the lower back, through the waist, the ribs, shoulder, the arms. So just be present with it. Work into the breath, finding what feels good. Just making sure that the shoulders are off the ears, so I haven't collapsed down and pressing off that bottom arm. And then we're going to move through the top arm. Inhale, looking up, stretching up. Only do this if it's comfortable. Exhale, bringing it down, looking down. Use that breath. Inhale, stretch up, look up. Exhale, twisting down. Last one. Inhale, look up, stretch up. Exhale, arm down, twist through. Coming back to that start position. Inhale, stretch up and over. Getting ready to push off that bottom hand. Inhale, looking up, stretching up. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Nice and gentle. From here, inhale, look up, arms up again. And then gently we're going to melt forwards this time. So just nice and slowly allow the arms to dance forwards. And if this is where you're at today, knowing that's okay, if you can reach a little bit further forwards, feeling free to pop the elbows on the ground, forehead to the earth, or if you want to make a little cushion for the head, you can. Relaxing here. Deep breaths. Feel what's going on in the body. Two options to come out of here. If you're not feeling very strong in the back, then we're just going to walk the hands up towards the top. If you're feeling quite strong today, we'll inhale, reach the arms forwards and up. Then on the exhale, the hands are going to come back behind us. So I'll just turn onto a side view. So fingers can be forwards or back. And then we're going to lift the head, pinch the shoulder blades together, arching back. Just allowing a little bit of expansion through the front body. Breathing into the belly, chest opens, and instead of dropping the head all the way back, just a little lift of the chin. Listening into the spine, feeling what feels good for you today. Never a one size fits all. We're all unique and beautiful in our own ways. So just working with your body. And then slowly walking the hands back in. This time we're just going to change the legs. So if you can, just cross the other leg in front, working into the hips a little bit differently. We're going to inhale, arms are going to go wide. They're going to stretch up. Exhale, we're going to melt forwards for me. Trying to release the chest down onto the thighs. Relax through the head. And just knowing that if it doesn't look like what I'm doing, that's completely okay. We're all made differently. We've all got our own strengths and weaknesses. You're going to take the same options to come out. So either walking the hands up towards the legs or scooping the arms forward. So listen into your body. Inhale, lifting the body up. Exhale, hands behind. So this time, we're either going to go into the same position, or if you're feeling a little bit more confident, a bit more strong, lifting through the hips this time. So pressing through the legs, pressing down into the ground. Chin again, lift slightly. Just trusting your body, finding what feels good for you. Holding here for 3, 2, 1. And then slowly bringing the hips back down, walking the hands forwards. And from here, we're going to bring it forwards onto all fours positions. So whichever way feels best for you. We're just rocking over, realigning on your mat. So just going to have a second here to get set up. So we're going to spread through all 10 of the digits, making a nice firm base with the hands. Preferably, you're going to have wrists, elbows, and shoulders all in one line, so I'm not too far forwards or back. The knees are going to align underneath the hips, but again, we've all got different histories with our bodies and injuries, so maybe you need to go wider or closer. Listen into your body. From here, we're going to go into cat-cow. So coming with me, we're going to inhale through the nose. We're going to drop the belly, arch the lower back, and lift up through the head. So feeling a nice gentle stretch into the spine. We're going to take another big breath in here for me. Exhale, tuck that chin into chest, doing the reverse. Arch the back, curling through the pelvis. Letting a stretch hopefully in that lower back, upper back. We're going to go again, inhale to drop down. So now you can experiment, you can twist a little right to left, forwards or back. Exhale, rounding up. Listening into what feels good for you. Inhale, dropping down. And just repeating those little cat-cows in your own time. Finding what feels best for you, my loves. Just using your breath with the movement. Making sure there's never any pain. A little bit of discomfort and a stretch can be okay. Never pain. I'm going to take about 3 more rounds, my love, so just feeling it out. Going with what feels good, not necessarily about what it looks like, about what it feels like. So you can close the eyes, connect into how you're feeling, what's going on with the body. How does that feel? And then gently from here, we're going to give the body a little rest. Come back into neutral alignment of the spine. We're going to come into child's pose next. So we're going to wiggle the knees out a little bit wider, big toes together, stretch it back. Arms extend forwards, relaxing the forehead on the ground. Just relaxing and melting back into child's pose. Extending through the fingers. If you'd like to take a variation, you can bring the palms together, bring the hands on top of the head. So just finding where you're at today, my loves, knowing there's no right or wrong. We're all different, unique, and beautiful. We're going to hold here for another 3 nice gentle breaths. Nice and slowly, the hands can come back down onto the ground. As we lift back up onto all fours, I want you to channel your inner cat and curl the spine. So we inhale, roll through the spine. Lifting back up. Walk the knees back underneath you. Make sure your wrists are feeling comfortable. Feel free to take a few little rolls out through here. We're going to make our way into downward facing dog. So we're going to tuck under through the toes. We're going to inhale, lift up through the hips, pressing into downward facing dog. Having a little pedal out through the feet. Finding where your downward facing dog is today. Sometimes things might be a little bit tighter. You might need to adjust a few things. There's always listening into your body. And then just gently trying to settle into the pose, lifting through the hips. Playing with pressing down through the heels. It's okay if the heels don't touch the ground though. Breathing here. If you need to come into child's pose for a rest, that's totally fine. We're going to start here with the right leg. So we're going to scoop the right leg up high in the sky for me. Holding here in 3-legged dog. Then we're going to bring that heel, and we're going to tap the heel towards the glutes. Opening up that hip, holding nice and strong. Breathing here, 3 breaths. You're strong, you got this. Last breath. And then slowly we're going to scoop that knee in. This is the hardest bit. Push. Bringing that foot to the ground. You guys got it. Slowly pivot through that back leg. And we're going to inhale to open up. Warrior 2. Just make sure, again, we're not clenching through the fists. Nice soft arms. From here, we're going to inhale, reach the arms up high. We're going to exhale through heart center. And again, inhale, reach the arms up high. Exhale through heart center. Last one, try to find softness in the arms. Inhale, open up. Exhale through heart. And slowly extending back out. So focusing through those legs, really sinking into that front knee, finding the knee stacked on top of the ankle, squeezing, rotating through the hips. And we're going to take a little flow. So we're going to take a breath in. On the exhale, we're going to melt forward. So we're either going to bring the hand to thigh, extending forwards. If you're wanting a different option today, you can slide down, opening up towards the sky. So just finding whichever pose feels best for you. Holding here. Then we're going to slide it back. We're going to inhale, reopen. Bring the back hand onto the back thigh, stretch it back. Try not to look down here and crunch the neck. Try to look up, nice and open through the heart. Inhale, we switch. Exhale to hold. We can bring pointer finger and thumb together here if we prefer. Shoulders are off ears. And then again, moving on the inhale, reopen. Slide it back. Option to keep this pace, my love, so we're going to speed it up a little bit. Using the breath, inhale, sliding forwards. On the exhale, take it back. Take your time. Inhale, feel the movement in the shoulders. Exhale, floating with it. Last one, inhale. Exhale. And then gently reopen, warrior two. From here, we're going to twist the body towards the front. We're going to melt the hands down, framing that front foot. From here, the front leg's going to come back. So we're going to hop that foot back, finding high plank. Option to drop to the knees if you like, or shifting the weight slightly forwards, lowering down halfway, pressing through the hips, lifting through the chest. Either finding upward facing dog or cobra on the elbows. Don't feel like you have to come up all the way. From here, tucking the toes. Inhale, hips up, press back, downward facing dog. If you need a break, come into child's pose, knowing that's okay. We can pedal through the feet again. Nice and strong through the hands. Make sure we've got all of our digits on the ground. Stretching into the legs. Preparing the body, moving on to the left side now. If you need a break, come into child's pose, that's fine. Left leg this time. Inhale, left leg kicks up high in the sky. Three-legged dog. Slowly open up that hip, bringing the heel towards the bum. Holding here, 3 breaths, holding super strong. You guys got this. 2, 1, and scoop that knee in towards you. And hop that foot to the ground. From here, the back foot is going to pivot. We're going to inhale, open up, warrior two. Holding here. Melting into that front foot, trying to bring the knee on top of the ankle. Floating through the arms. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale through heart center. Reopen. Inhale, reach up. Exhale through heart center. Last one. Inhale, reach up. Exhale through heart center. Reopen. Nice relaxed arms. Spread through those fingers, looking forwards for me over the outstretched hand. Nice and gently taking a breath in, breath out. Inhale, bringing the body forwards, stretching up and over. Finding your option either here or slide and extending down. Looking up for me, nice long neck. Getting ready to switch back. Inhale, slide it onto the back thigh, stretching back. Take it with the front leg, make sure you haven't extended it, make sure you still got a bend. Inhale, stretching forwards. Taking your options. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, reopening, sliding back. Option to move faster. Inhale, stretching forwards. Exhale, melting back. Inhale, forwards. Exhale, back. Last one. Inhale, forwards. Exhale, back. Reopening up, warrior two. Bend into the front leg. Gently twist the body looking forwards. Exhale, hands come down, framing the foot. Hopping the foot back. High plank. Again, drop to the knees or staying on the toes. Shifting the weight forwards, lowering down. Hips come down, chest comes up. Holding in upward facing dog or cobra on the elbows. Holding here. Tuck under through the toes. Inhale, hips up, downward facing dog. Holding here, find a little pedal, whatever feels good for you. And then settling in, downward facing dog. If you have needed to make your way into child's pose, knowing that's okay. And nice and slowly, we're going to make our way into standing forward fold. So the feet are going to walk towards the hands, or the hands are going to walk towards the feet. Any way that you can do it, just coming into a nice relaxed forward fold. Now, if you choose, you can bend the knees, just trying not to fully extend out, locking the knees. Option here, we can ragdoll, holding onto opposite elbows, finding what feels good. And softly relaxing down through the arms. We're going to release some of the tension off through the spine by doing a nice slow roll up. So we're going to place a little bit more weight into the heels. Arms are going to relax forwards as we slowly curl one vertebrae at a time up through the spine. Stay relaxed, chin stays tucked into the chest. Once we reach the top, take a big roll of the shoulders. From here, spread through the fingers, adjust anything that needs adjusting. From here, we're going to find the feet underneath the hips. I'm going to take it down through chair pose. So together, we're going to inhale, stretch the arms up high above the head. On the exhale, the bum is going to go back and we're going to bend into the knees. Sinking down to where you feel comfortable. Inhale, arms come up high above the head. Exhale, hands through heart center, sinking down and back. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hips sink down and back. Two more. Inhale, stretching up. Exhale, melting down. Last one. Inhale, arms come up. On this one, exhale, sinking down. From here, we're going to take a little twist. We're going to bring elbow over knee, twisting over to the side. If you need a break, just come back up to standing Or inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist to the other side. Go in here. You should be able to lift the toes off the ground so not gripping so hard through the toes. Inhale, hands back to heart center, sinking a little lower. And then release the arms. Inhale, standing back up. Exhale, hands through heart center. And then relaxing back into mountain pose. Feeling free to just stretch out through the quads or move around in any way that feels comfortable for you. And just nice and slowly, we're going to take it back down to the ground. So we'll step back to the front of the mat. Inhale, arms are going to reach up. And we're going to stretch back ever so slightly. Inhale, arms come back up. Exhale, arms are going to go out to the side. And we're going to slowly lower down. Back into forward fold. From here, bend the knees until the hands reach down onto the ground. Step or hop your feet back into high plank. From here, we're going to lower down, shifting the weight forwards, bending down, lifting back up into cobra. Coming downward facing dog for the last time, tucking the toes under. Inhale, downward facing dog. And then simply from here, we're going to take it into child's pose. So knees are going to come down to the ground, big toes together, sinking back. And just melting down into your child's pose, finding what feels good. And listening into our bodies, we're going to lift the head and we're going to walk the hands over to one side. And then gently sink the head back down. And then slowly walking the hands over to the other side. Taking some nice deep breaths in here. And slowly bringing the hands back in front. Melting back down into child's pose. And my loves, we're all going to end up on our back. So if there is a more comfortable transition for you to get onto your back, please feel free. If not following me, we're going to inhale, lift the body up. Wiggle the hands a little bit further forward, scoop your knees back underneath. And then we're going to slowly, controlled, bring the body down. If you want it a little bit harder, lift onto the toes. So just nice and slowly, hugging the elbows in towards your side, controlling the body down. And then gently just rolling onto your back. You can start with the legs extended, but if this is uncomfortable, please just bend your knees straight away. Relaxing the body down onto the ground, adjust anything that needs adjusting. Take some nice deep breaths into the body, just feeling it out. Allow the shoulders to melt down onto the ground. And from here, we're going to bring the knees in towards the chest. So we inhale, knees to chest, hug the knees in towards you. And then we can circle the ankles one way, circle the ankles the other way. And then we're going to do the same with the knees. So we're going to circle the knees around. Massaging over the lower back. And then slowly circling the other way. And gently bringing the knees back to center. We're going to bring the arms out to the side so you can keep them close or send them out long. We're going to bring the feet so they're parallel, or the shins are parallel to the ground. And then we're going to take a gentle twist. So we inhale, On the exhale, the knees are going to slowly tilt over to the other side. Relaxing here. So just take your time with it. If you do need a pillow or some blocks either in between the knees or underneath the knees, please feel free, my loves. One of the many benefits of training at home, you've got all the props around you, scrubbing cushions, blankets, pillows, whatever you need. And then as we're starting to slow down the practice now, just close the eyes. Relax the jaw and start to breathe deeply and intentionally. Relaxing those shoulders, opening the chest. Everything starts to soften. If you are feeling a little bit too much discomfort in your back, then when we come back to center, you'll keep your feet on the ground and scoop them up. Okay, so don't feel like you have to do what I'm showing. Please just take any option you need. The knees are going to come back to center now. Engage your belly muscles. Inhale, scooping the knees back to center. If you need to, exhale, bring the feet down to the ground. Have a little reset, or hugging onto the knees and circling. Just have a little moment to reset, rebound. And then gently, we're preparing for the other side. Inhale, knees come up. Exhale, taking the twist to the other direction. With the neck, you can look away from the knees, looking up, wherever the head feels most comfortable. Or neck, I should say. Close the eyes and breathe deeply. Just allowing any tension to melt away from the body. Becoming nice and soft and relaxed. And again, just checking in with the spine. When you're ready, inhale, bringing the knees back to center. On the exhale, we can either hug onto the knees or we can bring the feet back down onto the earth. Just finding whatever feels best for you. Taking our last few breaths here. And then gently, we find the most comfortable position for us. So just allowing the feet to come onto the ground. Maybe we walk our feet out wide and we let the knees drop in together. Or maybe the legs just extend forwards. The hands can come onto the body or relaxing down to our sides. It's just finding whatever position feels most restful for you today, my loves. And as we find the most comfortable position for us, we'll start to connect back into that deep breath. Breathing in fully and wholly into the belly. And exhaling out with that intention, I am relaxing my body. And every inhale, we fill the body up with beautiful air. And on every exhale, we find softness, just simply melting into the mat a little further. Just slowly repeating those nice, comfortable, deep breaths. Just exploring how the breath moves in the body. Can you feel it in your throat? Can you feel it in your chest? Can you feel the breath move into the belly? Maybe after a few breaths, you notice that you need to adjust the shoulders a little further away from the ears. Maybe the position you're in isn't feeling as comfortable as it did before. Maybe slide into a more comfortable position. But now, my love, starting to find a little bit of stillness, allowing the body to just rest in whichever position you found yourself in. As we start to take a little scan along the body, we're going to start our journey at the top of our head, starting to notice the muscles of the face, the eyelids just slightly closed, the forehead nice and relaxed, the muscles in the cheeks and the jaw are nice and soft. Continuing to breathe nice and deeply. We're going to draw our awareness into the neck, around the muscles in the neck, finding softness and relaxing them. And scanning down to the tops of the shoulders and all around the shoulder blades into that upper back, and just softening here. Really allowing yourself to sink down, melting into the mat. We draw our awareness to the tops of the shoulders. And we start to draw that focus down the arms, noticing the tops of the arms become soft. Relaxing through the forearms and the hands. As we prepare, taking our next deep inhale, we relax the muscles of the chest. Moving down to the belly. Drawing that awareness through the middle and lower back. Feeling these areas pressing onto the earth, and with focus, releasing those muscles. Moving down to the hips, along the thighs, around the knees, and relaxing down through the calves and the feet. And just having a moment here, completely peaceful and relaxed in the body. Being comfortable in the silence. And then slowly and gently, we're going to start to bring our awareness back into the physical body. To do this, we're going to make the breath even deeper in the body. Finding a nice energizing breath in, energizing exhale, feeling the body start to move with the breath. The fingers can start to move. The toes can wiggle around. And then making this movement a little bit bigger, maybe the wrists start to circle now, maybe the ankles. And then any movement that feels nice for you, maybe extending the arms above head, legs can go long. Having a little moment to just slowly awaken back through your body. And then gently, my loves, I encourage you to roll into a fetal position. So you can roll to either side, gently cradling the head. Just keeping the breath nice and gentle. And then in our own time, nice and gently, we're going to bring ourselves back up to a seat. So just taking your time. Once you reach your seat, maybe you roll through the neck again, maybe you twist. Maybe taking the arms for a stretch. And whenever you're ready, the hands can come to the lap or they can come down to either side of the mat. Unifying our breath, we inhale, stretching the arms up high above the head. Exhale, the hands are going to softly come down to heart center, and we're going to pause here. The shoulders are going to melt away from the ears. We can close the eyes. Finding gratitude for our practice today. Gratitude for doing something for ourselves. The love and the light within me honors and shines, and the love and the light within you. Namaste.